What's good, everybody? What is good, everybody? Welcome, everyone, into tonight's live stream. We are going to be just answering as many questions as possible tonight prior to Thursday Night Football. It is 7:01, so we started like 20 seconds late, I guess. I try to always start exactly on time, but we're going to have a good stream tonight. Thank you guys all for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in. It really does help out the stream, and it helps more people watch this stream so that I can get more subscribers, hopefully. So I really do appreciate you guys. It means the world to me. Last night we hit, I believe, 27,000 subscribers. I owe that all to you guys, so I really do appreciate every single person, anyone who's new or has been here for years, or even if you just started watching 2 days ago. I really do appreciate every single one of you. I want to try to get into every single question here tonight. Pretty interesting game, Eagles versus the Vikings. The Vikings haven't won a Thursday Night Football game in 45 years. They haven't won a Thursday Night Football game. The Vikings haven't won in 45 years. How is that possible? That sounds like a fake stat. It's real. They haven't won in 45 years on Thursday Night Football. We'll see, though. We'll see. Nick, any advice for a league with trade abuse? Yeah, so your best bet with something like that is to just contact the commissioner directly and just try to, like, set up some pretty clear ground rules, right? Like, in all of my leagues that I am the commissioner in, basically, I have the rule on if the trade is fine or not, and I don't do that because I think that I'm like some genius. I just do that because it's very clear if there's collusion, right? A majority of the time, if the trade seems somewhat fair, I just let it go through, right? Because there's a lot of scenarios where people will try to nitpick on certain trades, be like, that trade's kind of unfair. Well, unless there's obvious collusion, then in my opinion, the trade should just go through. But that's something you kind of just have to talk to the commissioner about, talk to your league about, be like, hey, like, it's very evident, because the only time you'd bring up trade abuse is if someone's trading like Justin Jefferson for some garbage 2 players, and then they end up saying, oh, the trade is fair, things like that, right? So my best advice would probably be just to talk to the commissioner and talk to the people that did it maybe and figure out like what the hell's happening, what's going on. I know this is a problem in some leagues. And if this continues to be a problem all year long in this league, what I would tell you is probably your best bet is to just get out of the league at the end of the year and just look for something new with some other people, because you'll quickly find out that once you get into leagues that are very normal, like most leagues, this crazy stuff doesn't happen in, right? A majority of leagues, everyone's pretty fair. You are the commish. So you are the commish. So what you got to do is just sling the ground rules down. Be like, hey, you can't be doing these crazy ass trades that make no sense. And you have to be like, look, if this keeps happening, we are going to have a huge problem. And if it, like, we're going to have to talk about this. So basically, you just have to tell everyone, hey, you can't be making trades if the trades are unfair. We're trying to have a very fun league environment, and you're ruining it. That's basically what I would do. Now, again, you have to make sure the trade is like truly egregious to do that, or that something is just like very off in order to do that. So let me know what trades went down, Bradley, and we'll talk about it real quick. So I'm going to try to answer some more questions as well. Ali, thank you for the super chat. Start 3. Josh Jacobs, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Kelly, if Eckler misses the game. So great question. So you're locking in Bijan for sure. You're never going to sit Bijan Robinson. You're also never sitting Josh Jacobs. I know Jacobs had a down game up against the Denver Broncos, but hey, one down game doesn't really scare me, especially when you were one of the better running backs in the NFL last season. I still believe he is one of the better running backs. So now you have Jacobs locked in and Bijan locked in. This is very easy for me. If Eckler does not play, you are 100% playing Joshua Kelly. If Eckler does play, I'm shooting for the upside of Jahmyr Gibbs, because I think if Eckler plays, I don't really think we see a scenario where Joshua Kelly gets as many touches as he did last week. I think he got a little bit lucky against a bad Dolphins run defense. I think you are more likely to get a better game out of Jahmyr Gibbs than Josh Kelly if Eckler's healthy. So again, Jacobs, Bijan, lock him in. If Eckler misses, go Kelly. If not, go with Jahmyr Gibbs. Joshua says, sounds like a lot of people want to. For quarterback, week 2, Lamar or Purdy. Definitely go Lamar. Don't panic on Lamar just yet. Do not panic just yet. Flowers, now Andrews is back, or Puka. I'd go Flowers still. I don't trust Puka in that tough matchup. Thank you for the super chat, Super Saiyan. I really appreciate you a ton. I traded Algier and Atwell for Bijan, and the league chat is going crazy. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, that is crazy. That is crazy. Now, again, I don't think that's necessarily collusion, but that is crazy. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would accept that trade. That is like insane to do. Right? That's crazy. Fins up, Nick. Fins up to you as well, Bill. How you doing? Start Cousins or Watson? I would go with Watson. Would you trade? And Super Saiyan, please leave your question in the chat. I'm going to be looking for it. Would you trade St. Brown for Josh Jacobs or Nick Chubb? I would trade him straight up for Nick Chubb if you really felt like you need a running back, but I really like St. Brown this year. The guy making bad trades want to abolish trades or have only one. He sent Odell and Akers and received Saquon and Bateman, and then immediately dropped Bateman. I made it no trade limit now. Yeah, see, that trade, I guess, on paper isn't that insane, but when you put into account how week 1 went, that's like an insane trade. So, yeah, I get that. I definitely get how that would piss you off. Alrighty. All right. Again, Super Sane, make sure you leave your question in chat. Elijah Moore or Allen Robinson? I would go with Allen Robinson. Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper, or Raheem Mostert. I would go with Amari Cooper. I got Allen, Wilson, and London as my top 3 receivers. Should I be looking off to offload Pollard or Hurts for more receivers? Right now, I don't think so. But if London continues playing like this, yeah, you're going to have to. You're definitely going to have to. I'm torn between Rachaad White, Jamal Williams, David Montgomery, and Zay Flowers. I would go David Montgomery. Spock says, start one. Goddard laid in a goose egg last week, but had a 92% snap share and played in the rain against the best tight end defense in the league. Yeah, I would not panic at all on Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert, I know, laid a big goose egg. He was in my lineup in week 1, and he sucked. I'll give you that. He really did suck. But I think he is going to bounce back. I'm pretty confident in that. Pittman or D. Hopkins for the flex? I would go with Pittman. I'm torn between Rachaad White. Oh, I already answered that one. What's up, Bike Walkers? How you doing, man? If Hopkins can't go, who do I start my flex? James Conner, Michael Thomas, Gabe Davis, Puka, or Josh Kelly? If Eckler doesn't go, Josh Kelly. If not, go Michael Thomas. Also, would you accept this trade? Hawk and Kelly for Kelsey. Oh, yeah, I'm 100% accepting that trade. 100% accepting that trade. Start number 2, T. Higgins. Sucked week 1, but he had the most snaps, the most route run, and the second most targets on the Bengals. Yes, I agree with that one as well. Are you worried about Fields going forward? No. No, I'm not. Full PPR, flex. Zay Jones, McLaurin, or Algier. I would go Algier. Kittle or Hawk. I would go Hawk. Leave 2 on the bench. Madison. Oh, I got to wait for the full question. Pacheco or Addison? Addison. Is it time to panic for Najee holders? Yes. I would say no, because we haven't even really seen him play yet. I have the chance to pick one of 3 players. Would you take Jamal Williams, Kelly, or Kyron Williams? I would pick up Jamal Williams. Actually, I would take Mostert over all those guys. Full PPR. I already answered that one. Algier or Bijan? 100% Bijan. 12 team, 1 running back, 1 flex. Swift, White, Brian Robinson, Judy. I would go Rachaad White and Brian Robinson. Start number 3 would be Mike Williams. Yeah, dude, Mike Williams didn't really do too much in that game. It wasn't a concussion. Yeah, he got laid out. That looked bad as someone who's watching that game. Yeah, the Titans defense is not good. Like, a lot of people try to say and hype up the Titans defense. Titans defense is not good. Do I accept Eckler? What's up, Sloth? Thank you for the super chat. Do I accept Eckler and Debo for Chubb and Ayuk? I also have Justin Herbert and Pollard Ramondre in a 1 week 1. Also have the Kelly handcuff. Based upon what I saw week 1, I think I'd rather have Chubb and Ayuk. I think Chubb has better road ahead for him. Obviously, a weird game up against the who'd they play week 1? The Bengals, right? Yeah, weird week 1 against the Bengals, right? The Bengals just get steamrolled in that game. Very weird situation. Like, I thought we might see Chubb maybe even potentially more than we saw in the receiving game last week. But again, it was a rollover. They absolutely sauced them up. So I think in week number 2, we saw more out of Chubb. I don't trust Debo as far as I could throw him. So I'm keeping Chubb and Ayuk. I don't think that's necessarily an unfair trade, but I would 100% rather have Chubb and Ayuk over Eckler and Debo. I'm a huge Eckler guy, but Chubb and Ayuk definitely, in my opinion. Ayuk looked really good. I think this could be Debo's time to strike, but I don't know. If Brock Purdy keeps locking in on him, I'm just going to stay with Chubb and Ayuk. I would have taken Chubb and Ayuk before week 1 as my team over Eckler and Debo. Dotson, Sutton, Nakua, or London, PPR pick 2. I'm going with Dotson and Sutton. Pick a flex, Addison, Garrett Wilson, Flowers, Lockett, or Brees. Thank you, Nick. No problem. I'm going with Brees Hall. Thank you. You answered my question. You changed my life. But thanks for the answer. Thank you very much. Starting Zay Jones and Ridley, same lineup. That's fine. No problem, Bradley. What's up, bro? I declined a trade earlier. Well, what was the trade? I had someone offer me Madison and Kirk for Waddle. I declined. Yeah, I would have declined that too. I'm not too sure who either of those individuals are, to be completely honest with you, Mr. Nicholas. Michael Pittman Jr. or Mike Williams or Tyler Algier. I would play Michael Pittman. Spock, give me the nod here. I benched him week 1. I still don't think Gibbs should be a guy that's locked into your lineup. DJ Moore or Debo, I'd go Debo. I could play 2, Javonte versus the Commanders, Michael Thomas versus the Panthers. I would go Mostert and Michael Thomas. Should I start Swift or Madison today? I'm playing Madison. I should have said this on Twitter. Or I should have said this in the video earlier, the running back video. But Swift tonight is either scoring 20 points, right? He's getting 100 yards. He's getting 2 touchdowns. He's going fucking ballistic. Or he's going to get 2 fantasy points. I told you guys this last week about Swift. I don't feel confident starting him. Now, I know there's going to be some people in chat. Nick, you told me to start Swift. Well, I like Swift better than your other answers. But I didn't like Swift last week. I was nervous about Swift, and exactly what I was nervous about happened. Now, Kenneth Gainwell is not playing in this game. So if there ever was a game for Swift to go nuclear, for Swift to have that huge game, it would be week 2 up against the Vikings defense. But do I trust it? No, I don't even remotely trust it. I don't feel any confidence in Swift. So I'm going Madison. Goddard over 46.5 yards today. He is one of those guys where I will never, you will never catch me betting on Dallas Goedert. You just never will. He is like one of the most unpredictable players, I think, in the NFL. Like, I know he's going to get a decent amount of fantasy points because he's probably going to get 4 catches, 40 yards, right? He'll get you like 8 fantasy points every week. But I don't know if I would take the over 46.5 yards, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, I would lean towards the over, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you very confidently you need to bet that. Much love from Callie. I got a trade offer letting it go for Tyreek Hill and Eckler and Kamara. If I do that, I'll have Watson. Oh, Tyreek Hill. Letting go of Tyreek Hill and you get Eckler and Kamara. I'm not doing that. I get Tyreek's not getting 200 yards every game, but I'm not doing that, man. I really think Tyreek has generational upside. Start Herbert or Akers. Herbert, Nakua, Michael Thomas, or Bourne, Michael Thomas. I've picked up Moss in all my leagues pretty much. I think Moss could have a pretty decent game. Again, it is scary, though, to play him because he's on the Colts. And the Colts, while they were running, it was mostly Anthony Richardson. Deion Jackson sucked ass. So I guess Moss might be seeing a decent amount of touches. Jahmyr Gibbs over Dameon Pierce. You think Gibbs gets more touches? I think that Gibbs has significantly more upside, but I would say that Dameon Pierce gets more touches. It's tough with Jahmyr Gibbs because right now we have no guarantee on how much work he's going to get, right? The Seattle Seahawks defense sucks against the run, though, so I'm going to lean with him. Thank you for the super chat, 44 MSU. Pitts or Henry? Also, any good props for tonight? The only bet I took for tonight is Jalen Hurts first touchdown scorer. I think I'm going to bet Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. I don't really like this game at all, if I'm being honest with you. Again, like the Vikings feel like they're going to get soaked in this game, but the more you think about it, it seems like everyone thinks the Vikings are going to lose. Everyone thinks there's going to be a massacre. which tells me that the Vikings somehow fall ass backwards into winning this game. If I was to bet, I think I'm going to bet Kirk Cousins anytime interception as well, but I don't really love this game, if I'm being honest with you. Like on Sunday, if you want some picks, maybe I'll read them off. Some picks I like Sunday, but tonight kind of feels like, again, I try not to. One thing I learned a while ago is not just to bet because the game's on TV. I used to do that. Oh, it's Thursday night football, I got to bet it. I'd rather just sit there and watch myself and be like, you know what? I didn't have to just bet $100 on this for no reason. That's what I've been doing more recently. So I'm not in love with any props tonight. And then Pitts or Henry. I have Henry ranked, I think, ahead of Pitts. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Kyle Pitts, I might have just been completely wrong on Kyle Pitts. This guy might just be terrible. And not that he's terrible, just the coaches aren't going to throw the ball enough. So I'm not going Derrick Henry. I'm going Hunter Henry over Kyle Pitts. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Kyle Pitts slays this week. I hope Drake London goes fucking nuclear. But do I feel confident saying that? No. So Henry over Pitts, and then I like Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. Oracle Zap, PPR, Allen Diggs, Ayuk, Pollard, Bijan, Andrews, Flex is Monty, Elliott, Denver, bench is Rashad White, Devontae, McLaurin, Zay Flowers, Puka, Pat Freiermuth, Cup on the IR. So your tight end is Andrews. It makes sense to start Andrews over Freiermuth. The only guy that's interesting is Puka on your bench, right? You could put Puka in ahead of Monty. But the problem with Puka is I know people are trying to galaxy brain themselves into playing Puka against the Niners defense. Could he get legitimately 12 targets in this game? 100% he could. 100%. But it's against the Niners. And the Rams, if you've noticed over the last couple of years with McVay, they've struggled against Shanahan and the 49ers. They've struggled. I don't really trust Puka this week. So I'm leaning with Monty. I think your lineup looks correct. Monty, I think, is in for a pretty big game, if I'm being honest with you. Like, that defense of Seattle is so bad against the run. It might be a 2-touchdown game for Monty. I really think that this Detroit offense is going to flourish in this game. So I like your lineup. I wouldn't really change anything. I do like Zay Flowers, but again, I'm not mixing him in over any of the receivers or the flex you got. I like McLaurin, but I wouldn't do that either. And same thing with Javonte. But I think your lineup looks really good. I would assume you won in week 1. This team looks really good. So I wouldn't change anything. And my thoughts on your team is that they're really good. Quavo Jones says Hunter Henry or Dallas Goedert. Great question. That is one where you don't want to galaxy brain yourself, right? Hunter Henry has the huge week 1 in the same game as Dallas Goedert shits the bed. Now, you drafted Dallas Goedert most likely, I would say, in the 6th round, maybe higher, maybe slightly later. So maybe you drafted him in the 5th, or maybe you drafted him in the 7th. But Dallas Goedert, you drafted him that highly for a reason. He is a very reliable piece. I know he wasn't week 1, week in and week out. This is a guy that's never really going to sink your team, but he's also never really going to take you over the top, right? Do I think that Goddard's going to score 30 points tonight? No. But could he score 10, 15, 100%? And Hunter Henry might be fool's gold. I've told people to start Hunter Henry, but it's entirely possible that in week number 2, they throw the ball more to Gesicki for a Dolphins revenge game, right? Or maybe the Dolphins lock him up because we didn't see much Gerald Everett in week number 2. So while I like, or week number 1. So while I like Hunter Henry, Dallas Goedert's a layup, right? You don't want to overthink things in week 2. You may have even lost because Goedert shit the bed. I lost because Goedert shit the bed. I had Goedert and T. Higgins on the exact same team. That's why I lost. But I think it's a get-right game this week, a get-back game, and I'm not quitting on my boy Dallas Goedert just yet. Marvin Lewis, shout out to Marvin Lewis. Used to be the head coach of the Bengals, I believe. Maybe that's just way off. Maybe his name wasn't Marvin Lewis, but shout out to this Marvin Lewis for super chatting. I really do appreciate you. Just so you know, you don't have to super chat to get your question answered, but I always answer the super chats, so I appreciate you guys greatly. Shout out to all 200 people watching the stream right now. Hit that like button. It means the world to me. Start 1 in the flex in a standard league. Swift, Michael Thomas, Kyron Williams. Now, Marvin, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Realistically, this should be the game where DeAndre Swift gets 15 carries, gets a touchdown, gets a couple receptions, and has a good game against the Vikings. But I think there's a good chance we get to the end of the night and Swift has 10 touches, Rashad Penny has 9 touches, and who's the other guy? Boston Scott has 5 touches and none of them are fantasy relevant. And maybe Boston Scott scores the touchdown, so he's the one with the fantasy day that you wanted. So this really seems like a scenario where we got a three-headed backfield. Again, if Swift was ever going to have the big game, if Swift was ever going to win you a week, Marvin, it would be tonight. It would be. But I also would rather just throw out Michael Thomas, because Michael Thomas, he looked good in week 1. The Saints were topsy-turvy, but this is a good matchup for the Saints. This could be a higher scoring game. I actually think the Saints could put up a big game. I think they play on Monday Night Football, right? Let's just check for sure. I know who they're playing against, but I don't know if the game is a late Sunday game or Monday night. I don't remember. Yeah, Monday against the Panthers at 8:15 or 7:15. Sorry if I just went full fucking dark mode. But yeah, Michael Thomas would be the answer for me. Even in a standard league, I think Michael Thomas could score in this game against the Panthers defense. I think Derek Carr is going to play a lot better. So I'm definitely going with Thomas. I hope Swift does good for everyone who drafted Swift, but I'm going Michael Thomas 100%. Shane, thank you for the super chat, my man. GOAT, you're the GOAT. Start 3 receivers and a flex: London, Amari Cooper, Puka, Watson, Jada Reed, Allen Robinson, Garrett Wilson, or Robert Woods. Running backs are Dalvin, Moss, and Swift. Also, defense, Giants or Colts. Great question. Great question. Excellent question. Let me pull up who the fuck the Colts are playing, because I don't remember off the top of my head. They're playing the Texans, I believe, right? Colts. The Colts are playing the Texans, so I was correct. Look at that. Sharp brain. All right. So we're not playing London. We're playing Amari Cooper. Lock him in. Lock Amari Cooper in. Lock in Garrett Wilson. I know against the Dallas Cowboys defense, Garrett Wilson might shit the bed because Zach Wilson sucks, but I'm not sitting Garrett Wilson. I'm not sitting him. If he somehow scored last week with Zach Wilson, he could do it again. Amari Cooper, Zach Wilson. Okay? Or not Zach Wilson. Amari Cooper, Garrett Wilson. If Christian Watson plays, it's Christian Watson. If not, I am playing Allen Robinson. So we're going to go Amari Cooper, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson. But if Christian Watson doesn't play, actually, we're going to go Puka instead of Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson's like a soft play. We're going hard again. I talked negatively about Puka, but Puka could blow up and have a huge game. So we're going Amari Cooper. We're going Garrett Wilson and Christian Watson. If Christian Watson doesn't play, Puka. And then you need a flex as well. I would flex Allen Robinson. And then for your running backs, you're going, or you already have your running backs in, so you're good. And then for the defense, you're going with the Giants against the Arizona Cardinals. So you got the Giants, you got Cooper, Watson, Garrett Wilson. If Watson doesn't play, you're going Puka. And then your flex is going to be Allen Robinson. So thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you also, South Sea 77 for the super chat. Flex Addison, Flowers, or Puka this week. I am going to stick with Flowers. I like Addison this week. To be honest with you, the more I think about it, the more I start to like Jordan Addison, because there's multiple players injured on the Eagles front or on the Eagles defense. But we all know that we are destined for a choke job from Kirk Cousins on prime time, right? Even though I kind of like the Vikings, we know that Kirk Cousins in prime time is terrible. So I would personally, it's close. Oh man, it's so close. Let me check here. It is so close between Flowers and Addison. Flowers is in a game that could really be a high-scoring environment, a real back-and-forth game, or maybe the Bengals just suck, which I don't think they do, or maybe they're just rusty, and this is a slow game. Maybe that ends up being the case. Let's see here. Addison. I think I just have to go Flowers, if I'm being honest with you. I think Flowers has more upside to go nuclear in this game, so I'm going to go with Zay Flowers. Love his matchup. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game, so we're going Zay Flowers over all of those options. Gary says Garrett Wilson or Jordan Addison. I'm going Garrett Wilson. Again, I understand that the quarterback situation absolutely sucks donkey cock, but at the end of the day, you're not going to sit Garrett Wilson for Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison, again, might be in a trap game. I like Addison, but this might be a trap. This could be a trap. Garrett Wilson is way better of a talent than Jordan Addison, in my opinion. It's just a tough matchup for him. If Garrett Wilson sucks this week, then I'm fine going forward, just playing Jordan Addison. But I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle on Garrett Wilson over Jordan Addison for sure. And then Super Saiyan Vegan, thank you for the super chat again. I feel bad if I scrolled past your comment because we've gotten so many comments already. Dotson or Drake London? I'm going Dotson. Look, I hope that Drake London has a great rest of his season. I hope that Drake London starts seeing targets because Drake London is too good to be seeing the amount of workload that he is seeing. He is far too skilled to be getting, what did he get? 2 targets? But he not even get targeted. It was some bullshit. He barely got any targets. He's too good to not be targeted. But I would go with Jahan Dotson. And I don't think this is a stupid question because it's a very easy situation for London to outscore Dotson. It's just London actually gets targeted. But we haven't seen that this year, so I don't feel confident enough doing it. So we are going to go with Drizzy Drake London. Mike Williams or Michael Thomas or Christian Watson if he plays. I would go with Mike Williams regardless. Musgrave or Pitts. I would go with Pitts, Addison, or Zach Moss. Addison, who should be my flex? I would go with David Montgomery. Tyreek Hill or Justin Jefferson. Tyreek Hill. London had 1 target. Yeah, I thought it was 1 or 2 targets. Mike Evans or Zay Jones in the flex. I would go Mike Evans. Ozzy, thank you for the super chat, my man. 9-inch Nicholas Chubb for Joshua. Amari Cooper or DJ Moore at the flex. Laporta or Jawan Johnson. I'm going to go with Amari Cooper over DJ Moore. I don't think the Bears are finished. There's a lot of people that are in full-on panic mode. Oh my God, this, that, and the other thing. Throw everything out the window. Oh my God, DJ Moore is going to be dead. Justin Fields dead. I told you, Nick, you're an idiot for picking Justin Fields. Okay. Let's see week 2. Week 1, a lot of the times a liar. A lot of the times week 1 is a little fugazi, right? The first couple of the weeks while teams are getting their feet wet, normally a little bit of bullshit. So I'm not really worried about DJ Moore, but I would definitely play Amari Cooper in the matchup that he's in. I like it way better. So Amari Cooper and then Laporta or Jawan Johnson. That's basically a close your eyes and pick one. But since you donated, obviously, I'm going to pick it for you. I would go with Sam Laporta. I like his matchup up against Seattle. They don't really have a true number 2 receiver. I guess they have Josh Reynolds, but without Jameson Williams, we could see a bigger Laporta game. Laporta was heavily targeted in his first ever game against the Chiefs. So why not this game? Why can't he score a touchdown this game? So Sam Laporta as well as Amari Cooper would be my pick. Eddie, thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Eddie says, Madison or Michael Thomas at the flex. I would go with Madison, if I'm being honest with you. I love Michael Thomas as much as the next guy, but we know Madison's guaranteed to get touches tonight. We know. There's only 3 of the carries that went from the Vikings were given to someone not named Alexander Madison. So they want to use him. He's going to catch passes. Weird week 1 game. Weird game script, I think, early on in this game in order to inhibit or cancel out Kirk Cousins throwing 17 interceptions in this game. They're going to run a decent amount to start off the game, and I think that's going to help out Alexander Mattison a ton. So I would definitely lean with Alexander Madison over Michael Thomas in week 1 or in week 2. JT Lebowski, the big Lebowski, says 2 running backs plus a flex. Javonte Williams or Jamal Williams? That's the question. JT, which Williams is this? Let me know. Let me know. Actually, I'll answer your question either way. Definitely going Brees. Who is K. Will? Am I dumb? Fuck. Why does my brain fail me? K. Will. Oh, you hate to see that my mind isn't working right now. Let me just look at the running backs. I would definitely go Brees for sure. Guys, am I dumb? Someone tell me who K. Will is, because Kyron Williams. I'm so dumb. See, you guys get me at nighttime, and I'm dumb. So I'm not starting Kyron. It is 100% Kyron. My bad, JT. That was a lapse in judgment. I just haven't heard Kyron Williams' name much until last week, right? Was anyone talking about Kyron Williams in the offseason? But again, that's on me. I'm stupid, so I apologize, guys. So Brees for sure. DJ Moore for sure. And then we are going to go, if it's Jamal or Javonte, we're going with the Jay Williams. So Jay Williams, Brees, and DJ Moore for the bounce back spot. Again, Brees, either of the Jay Williams, they're both ranked ahead of whoever else we got here. and Wiki DJ Morse. Thank you for the super. We got some tough questions tonight, like Spock said. Second team, DJ Moore, Dotson, Nico Collins, Algier at the flex. Let me just do something real quick. Yes. I need to figure out how to do this better on fucking all right. Second team, Super Saiyan says DJ Moore, Dotson, Nico Collins, or Algier at the flex. I want to be honest with you. The Falcons' MO is running the rock. I like DJ Moore. I like Dotson. I like Nico Collins. I'm going Algier. I think Algier is going to end up having a decent game again. He's going to get enough carries. He's not going to bust. There's like a 0% chance that Algier actually busts in this game. There's a chance Dotson, DJ Moore, or Nico Collins all do that. So we're going to go with Algier. Tyler Sperry, related to Tyler Perry, says Browns or Eagles defense. Thank you, Tyler. I really appreciate the super chat. The Eagles are playing up against the Vikings tonight. The Cleveland Browns are playing up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would go with the Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles defense is banged up, but you know Kirk Cousins is in for like 1 or 2 dumb picks in this game. So I'm going to go with the Eagles defense faux show. Hurst, Henry, Komet for Pat. Thanks, fam. 9-inch Nick. For Pat Fryermuth, I assume, is the question. I would rather have Hunter Henry than Pat Fryermuth, but that's it. I would rather have Pat Fryermuth over Komet or Hayden Hurst. So my answer would be, if you had to get rid of any of these guys to get Pat Fryermuth, it's either Komet or Hurst. I would play Henry over Pat Fryermuth, though. I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, if that had nothing to do with what you were saying, go ahead and say it. I was scratching my head thinking about K. Williams. Dude, the thing is, when there's like someone who's like in the offseason, I'm calling these guys by all their names, right? Oh, B. Rob, M. Will, Mike Williams, right? There's all these Wills. There's all these other guys with cool names like Bijan, Brian Robinson. K. Will just went right over my fucking head. Right over my head. You're awesome, bro. Thank you for your input. No, you're awesome, man. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. Okay, so I got your question correct, Joshua. Thank you for the super chat, man. I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. I answered that question, right? Thank you, Super Saiyan, again. I appreciate you. I give Saquon and Garrett Wilson for Tyreek and Brees. Hit that button right now. Click it right now before they retract the trade. Click that right now. Again, I still believe somewhat in Garrett Wilson, but I think Brees is on the up and up. I think Tyreek's going to finish as the wide receiver 1 or 2. So yeah, I'm smash accepting that trade right now. Hunter Henry or Goddard. Stefan, sorry if I said her name wrong. I would go with Goddard. Again, I don't think we want to overthink Dallas Goedert tonight. Dallas Goedert got us here. Not really, he got us here. It's week 2, right? Week 1, he shits the bed. It's week 2. It's a new week. You drafted this guy in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, somewhere in that range. You drafted him that high for a reason. He's a safe bet, game in and game out. I know he wasn't safe in week 1, but normally he's a safe bet. I'm definitely starting Goddard over Hunter Henry. Super Saiyan says, would you flex Algier even if you have Bijan as your RB1? Yes. With how run heavy they are, I would be fine doing that. I don't think that Miami is going to be a shootout game, if I'm being honest with you. I think it's going to be a little bit more lower scoring than people think. Ozzy, PPR, Tyler Algier, Miles Sanders for my second running back spot. Definitely go Miles Sanders. I was really panicked about Miles Sanders in week number 1 and all offseason. It seemed a little fugazi. Oh my God, not Mike Williams. Oh my God, Miles Sanders is going to get all these touches, this, that, and the other thing. And it never seems to happen. But guess what happened in week number 1? Miles Sanders was getting these touches. He was getting these targets, and it was kind of impressive to me. Again, I was off on Miles Sanders. I said, hey, I don't really like him that much. I didn't say, hey, you can't draft him. I said, I didn't like him that much. But after what we saw in week 1, you know what? I'm fine. Saying, you know what? Maybe, Nick, you were wrong. Again, week 1's a liar. Maybe I was wrong. But I think that he was going to be fine. I think you're going to be fine. I would go Miles Sanders. 100%. You're going to stick with it's okay. You can stick with your gut and go Henry. If your gut's telling you go Henry, go Henry. I just think Goddard's significantly safer. New Life Cowboys, thank you for the super chat, my man. I believe you super chatted last stream as well. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone in the stream. Addison, James Cook, or Terry McLaurin for the flex. I'm going James Cook. James Cook saw a lot of work in that backfield in week number 1. I know the game sucked against the Jets, right? Rodgers goes down, and then Josh Allen's throwing a million interceptions. They get the Raiders this week, a defense that I think could be cut up by the run. Cook, I believe, saw at least 5 targets in that game in week 1, got a decent amount of touches. Very promising towards James Cook having a very solid week number 2. So James Cook for me. Juan, thank you for the super chat. Got to pick 3, Mike Williams, T. Higgins, James Conner, and Miles Sanders. Pretty simple for me. Let's go with T. Higgins. You can't sit him. Spock talked about it earlier. It's a great matchup for him, and he's not putting up 0 points again. I think he gets at least probably 15 plus. So T. Higgins for sure. Mike Williams for sure. Mike Williams was also a guy Spock talked about as a start. He did get banged up in that Dolphins game. I thought he might be out for the game. I don't like injuries. Scared me. Even as someone wanted the Dolphins to win, right? I still want every single player to be out on the field, so it's a fair contest. Mike Williams gets banged up, has a bad game, down game. Think he bounces back pretty easily. This week, they got a solid matchup for the Chargers. So Mike Williams, T. Higgins, and then I would go with Miles Sanders. Again, I was definitely someone that was more off of Miles Sanders. It's going to fail way better to have Miles Sanders in your lineup than James Conner. It feels disgusting to start James Conner, and I think Miles Sanders gets a decent amount of dump-offs in this matchup as well. So Mike Williams, T. Higgins, and Miles Sanders. Edgar, shout out to Edgar Allan Poe with the super chat. Edgar Ayala says, Giants or the Eagles? I would definitely go with the Giants against the Cardinals. And then you have a loaded question here. Chris Godwin, Zay Flowers, Addison Ray, Nico Collins, or Brian Robinson Jr., or Jamal Williams. While it is a loaded question, you don't want to galaxy brain yourself here. You don't want to overthink it, right? Nico Collins got a bunch of targets. Sure, that's cool. Brian Robinson scored a touchdown. Sure. Zay Flowers look good. Sure. But Chris Godwin, I know he had a down game, but they have a pretty decent matchup, in my opinion, the Bucs do this week. Mike Evans had a good game in week 1. It could very easily, the pendulum shift to Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin looked really good out there. Watching the game, he passed the eye test. I know if you were just paying attention to red zone or you just looked after the game, you saw, oh, Godwin didn't score that many points, then it is what it is. Godwin didn't do too well on the score sheet, but he looked good out there, which tells me that there are brighter days ahead for Godwin. So we're going to go with the Giants as well as Chris Godwin. Again, we're not overthinking things here. Nick 007, thank you for the super chat. Rashad White, Jamal Williams, or Zay Flowers. That's a tough one. I love Jamal Williams matchup. I like Rashad White, but we're going Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers here has the potential to sink your battleship. So if you want to go with the safest, your safest bet is Jamal Williams or Rashad White. Both way safer than Zay Flowers. But I'm going Zay Flowers. I loved what I saw in week 1. It seemed like he's the clear number 1 receiver there. Odell was like invisible. Rashad Master-Bateman wasn't doing too much. They lost J.K. Dobbins. I understand Mark Andrews is coming back, but I think Zay Flowers actually helps out Zay Flowers. So we're going Zay Flowers in what I believe might be the highest scoring game on the slate. Definitely going Zay Flowers. As in the flex over Sanders, Kelly, Collins, or Mostert. Great question. So if you have... Do you have all 4? Do you have 4 different flex spots, or are you asking who you should play your flex out of all those guys? If you're asking who you should play out of all those guys, I would probably play Mostert. It seems like Mostert's going to be good to go. The Patriots defense didn't look amazing against the run, in my opinion, and I think the Dolphins are going to look to run more in week 2, so I would go with Mostert. But was that your question? Out of all these guys, who do you want to play as your flex? Can you just give me some confirmation real quick? All the other kids with the pumped up kicks. Yes, 1 flex. Then yeah, I'm going Mostert for sure there. I like Sanders a decent amount, but I'm going Mostert. I think, okay, so let me actually give you a little bit more of an answer than what I just gave you. So if Eckler doesn't play, I believe Eckler's going to play. If Eckler doesn't play, you play Joshua Kelly. Sorry for it fucking, I don't know why it unfocuses every once in a while. I hope it fixes itself. Otherwise, I'm going to have to turn the camera off, turn it back on. I'm going to do that right now. So basically, if Eckler doesn't play, you're 100% going to play Joshua Kelly. But if not, I'm going with Raheem Mostert. Again, I think we're in for a pretty big Raheem Mostert bounce back spot. He had a decent game in week 1. I think things get even better for him in week number 2. So we are going to go with with Mostert. And then again, if Eckler doesn't play, we are going to go with him. Yeah, sorry to anyone who has my Patreon. I honestly don't know how the fuck to like if you just download the Excel, it works. I don't know why Google Sheets was having a hissy fit against me, but the rankings are on there. I think it's all good now. I accepted everyone on to look at the rankings. So yeah, I'm definitely going Mostert. But if Eckler doesn't play, you're going Joshua Kelly. No, it's all good, Hunter. You don't have to super chat or tip or anything. I try to answer as many questions as possible. Rock out with your cock out says survey says, trying to pull it up and it's not pulling up for some reason. Puka, Swift, Elijah Moore. Let's go with Puka, Swift, or Elijah Moore. I'm just going to go Puka in that scenario. I don't trust Swift at all. I'm going to be honest with you. Swift might explode. I just don't trust him. So just go with Puka. Ryan Evans, Madison or Josh Kelly, and Pickens or Garrett Wilson. That sucks because you won't get to wait until Sunday to figure it out, right? If Madison was playing Sunday, that'd be like, okay, you wait, and then you play Kelly if Madison or if Eckler doesn't play. But you're not afforded that in this scenario. You just have to play Madison because Madison's guaranteed more touches, and Joshua Kelly might end up being a straight dud if Eckler plays. So I'm going Madison, and then Pickens or Garrett Wilson. I'm playing Garrett Wilson. I'm giving Garrett Wilson one more go. He played good with Zach Wilson in week 1. I think he can do it again in week 2. Juan, thank you for the super chat again. Michael Pittman or Puka, drop London/Gabe Davis for Zay Flowers. I'm not cutting bait on London yet. Now we're very close. We are very close to cutting bait. Oh shit, I just dropped my phone. I know that would have destroyed my feet if I didn't have the reflexes of, I don't even know who has pretty fast reflexes, but you get what I mean. I moved my foot out of the way. I'm not cutting bait on London yet, but I would consider it shortly. I would cut Gabe Davis for Zay Flowers and then Michael Pittman over Puka easily. Michael Pittman was force-fed the rock in week 1. Think that's going to be the same thing going forward. I talked up Michael Pittman a shit ton all offseason, so I love Michael Pittman, and I would cut Gabe Davis for Zay Flowers. I'm not cutting London yet. I'm giving him a couple more games. You didn't draft him in the 5th round to cut him after one bad performance. You can leave him on the bench. Should I trade away DJ Moore for Zay Flowers? No. Because I think if DJ Moore hits his peak of what I think he can do, DJ Moore is going to be way more valuable than Zay Flowers. One bad game out of DJ Moore. I know the whole Chicago Bears offense was terrible. They were floundering like a fish. They were god-awful. It was hard to watch, right? If you watch that game, I said this in a bunch of the videos. I watch on my TV on the left is Red Zone. The TV on the right has 4 games on in a quad box. Every time I looked up and I saw the Bears had the ball, it literally looked like Justin Fields was playing like fucking hide and seek, like running away from someone. Like he was in one of those Scooby-Doo scenes, you know, where the guys, they're like running through a million different doors. Justin Fields was running for his fucking life. And he was throwing the ball like 3 feet in front of him, or he'd get sacked and he'd fall and it'd be like, oh my gosh, is he okay? Or he'd run 2 yards and then slide. It was brutal. I think that was the Packers defense, though, might just be really legitimate. So I'm going DJ Moore. I'm sticking with him. I'm not panicking just yet. Thank you for the super chat. Study the film tapes. I do watch a lot of film. I am more of a film guy than much more of a film guy than a stats guy. Flex, Cortland Sutton or Hollywood Brown. I would play Cortland Sutton. Then Commanders or Giants defense. Commanders defense. The Commanders defense themselves are better than the Giants defense, but the Giants defense is a way better matchup. Zach Wilson hurts his value bad. I agree. Lamar Jackson or Trevor Lawrence. I would go with Lamar. Judy, Brian Robinson or Mostert if Eckler doesn't play. If Eckler doesn't play, Mostert. Flex, Cortland Sutton. It's that one. Start one wide receiver, Waddle, Brandon Cooks or Ayuk. Waddle. And then Stevenson or Mostert. Stevenson. Dolphins defense against the run is dog shit. I'm just answering some Patreon questions. Again, if you want access to the Patreon, it's $7.50 in the video description. I answer every single question on there. It's a guaranteed answer on there. It's just like if you super chat, it's a guaranteed answer. Appreciate all you guys. What's up, Legendary One? Play Madison. My man, yes, I would play Madison tonight. I think Madison has a good game. Thomas, thank you for the super chat. Don't think I forgot about you. Bourne or Hopkins? Oh, I hope Hopkins plays this week. I really do. I think Hopkins is going to play. Hopkins has been doing this for the last couple of years where he's banged up, right? Because he's old. He doesn't want to practice. And then come Sunday, he's in the game, right? So I assume that Hopkins is going to be good to go. Now, is this Titans game the one that's in primetime? I have such bad memory of the primetime games. Now, the Titans game is at 1 o'clock on Sunday. So you'll know by Sunday if Hopkins is playing or not. If Hopkins is playing, I'm playing Hopkins and not overthinking it. If Hopkins doesn't play, then you're just stuck with Kendrick Bourne, which there's a lot worse options to be stuck with. JT86TN says Madison or Javonte Williams, full PPR. I'm going Madison. I think we are very close to Javonte Williams being a full go. To Javonte Williams being a must start weekly. Broncos offense looked but I think with the amount of targets we were seeing Javonte get, he's very, very close to being that. But they're still kind of giving him just the tip. They're still kind of giving him one of those, let's ease you in, right? I feel like they're uncorking Breece Hall. They're kind of just teasing us with Javonte Williams. I love your Dion picture. We're going with Madison this week. And then we'll see how Javonte does. Again, Javonte could easily eclipse Madison very, very soon. Gavin, thank you for the super chat. Puka or Javonte? I would go with Javonte in this scenario. I have told people to start Puka in this stream before 100%, but I feel a lot more safe with Javonte again. Even while they're teasing him in, they were giving him some targets. I felt a lot more confident with Madison over Javonte, but I definitely lean Javonte over Puka. Puka's a little scary to start, especially up against that stout Niners defense. So I'm going Javonte over Puka. Tommy says, T. Higgins pick 3. T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Addison, Zay Jones, Miles Sanders. I'm going to go T. Higgins, DJ Moore, and Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders feels like a little bit of a safer bet than Jordan Addison. I love Zay Jones as well, but I like Miles Sanders' matchup. I'm not panicking just yet on DJ Moore. If DJ Moore shits the bed on Sunday, then yeah, we'll get Moore out and we'll throw Addison in next week. But right now, Higgins, lock him in. Don't overthink that. DJ Moore, don't overthink that as well. And then Miles Sanders should be in for a pretty solid game. Got a lot of work in week 1. Very promising. No problem, Dave. Legendary One, thank you for the super chat. Did you leave another comment in the chat? I can answer it. Michael Thomas or Shaheed? I'm Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed, better waiver pickup. Definitely Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, to me, could easily be like the number 1 target on the New Orleans Saints. I don't think he will be. He'll be number 2. But I think Shaheed's more of that. You close your eyes. You're saying a prayer to the fantasy heavens, right? I need 20 points. I need this deep splash play, this crazy game where Rashid Shaheed, like on Sunday, right, catches a bomb of a pass, has a touchdown, has a good game. Michael Thomas is the slant man. He's safe. Every week you're getting 10 points, and you have the potential to get more if he gets fed even further. So I would definitely pick up Michael Thomas over Rashid Shaheed. 100%. Let me see if Legendary One said anything else. I haven't said anything else yet. If you got a question, Legendary One, let me know in the chat. I appreciate you as well. Start 1, Devontae Smith, Amari Cooper, or Michael Pittman. I'm starting Devontae Smith. Hey, Nick. Maurice Her. Oh, what's up, Maurice? How you doing, man? I thought you were saying Maurice Her, like you're trying to get me to say something. I get what you meant, though. Start Addison over Watson. Yeah, I don't think Watson's going to play, so yeah, that makes sense. Thoughts on Kirk? Kirk Cousins will be okay tonight. Jimmy G or Tannehill on the waivers? I would pick up Tannehill. Addison, Garrett, Puka. If you need one, I'd go Addison. No, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Panthers D, Jets D, or Philly D? I would go with Philly. Philly D. Let's see. Let's see here. Who is the biggest fantasy surprise in week 1? Tua. 100%. I love Tua all offseason. I'm a Dolphins fan. I didn't think he was going to do it. I didn't think week 1 he was going to go into LA and play like that. I didn't think so. He was the biggest surprise to me. I thought Herbert was going to play better than him. Even as a Dolphins fan, it was fucking shocking. Christian Kirk? Christian Kirk. I'm scared shitless to play Christian Kirk. I have zero confidence in Christian Kirk. Pick one, DK, Addison, Javonte Williams, and choose between Akers or Gus Edwards. I would go Gus Edwards, and I would go DK Metcalf. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks. K Tony or Bateman. I'm leaning more towards Tony. I would lean Tony over Bateman too. Laporta or Freiermuth, McLaurin, Dotson, or Kirk. Pick two. In that scenario, I'm going to play Kirk because I don't really want to play two Washington receivers. So I'm going to go Dotson and Kirk. Cooper or Swift in the flex? Cooper, Bourne or Drake London? Bourne. Mike Evans or JSN? Javonte Williams or Brian Robinson? I would go Brian Robinson and Mike Evans. Rank by starting team: Fields, Ridley, Higgins, Chubb, Madison, Hurst, Flex, D-Hop. Your team looks really good, Tyron. Started Tua, Tyreek, Dallas defense. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, you really started Algier and Bijan in week 1? Bro's a fucking genius. Bro's a guru. Bro, John should be on the fucking stream, not me, if he started Tyler Algier in week 1. That is fucking insane. I don't know how you did that. I could never do that. And I was someone who liked Tyler Algier late in fantasy drafts. Traded Dameon Pierce and Waddle for Ridley. I don't love that trade. To be completely honest with you. I don't think it's that crazy, though. Amari Cooper, Garrett Wilson, Sutton, Godwin. I'm going to Amari Cooper and Godwin. B-Rob or Khalil Herbert this week. I would go with B-Rob. Lynch is hanging with the Amish people on Prime right now. That's so funny. I went 7-1, had to choose. Tough scene losing one game. Oh, you had no one else. Okay, well, that makes sense. Drop Hollywood for Zay Jones. Yes. Pick 2, Debo. Actually, if you don't have to play Hollywood, just leave him on your bench. Pick 2, Debo, Joe Mixon. Oh, the fucking bots are here, guys. Autobots, roll out. Pick 2, Debo, Joe Mixon, Joshua Kelly, Breece Hall. I'm going Mixon and Breece. B-Rob or Khalil Herbert, B-Rob, Ayuk or DJ Moore, Ayuk. Flex 1, Mostert, McLaurin, or Zay Flowers. I would go Mostert. Don't worry about the predictions from the websites. The projections that the websites show are always fucking awful. Regardless of what website you play on, the projections are going to be so bad. They're going to tell you you're going to lose by 30 and you're going to win, and you end up winning by 1 million, right? The projections suck. Do not look at I look at the projections, but I don't actually take anything out of the projections. I just look at them and say, hey, my guy's projected for this. It is what it is. I'm playing the guy All right. We're back. We're back. Sorry about that. We're back. I don't know why the fuck my internet decided to go out in the middle of the stream, but that's what happens. So let me tweet the stream out again because like every single person that was in the stream left. So let's tweet this thing back out, and then we're gonna come back. Go Browns, Super Bowl bound? Hell no, bro. The Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl. Caitlin, don't you know that? Brees is a monster. Fact. I don't think I missed any super chats. We've gotten 38 tonight, so shout out to every single person who super chatted. I really appreciate you guys. Legendary, can you ask your question one more time in the chat? Because now the whole chat is fucked up on my end because I can't see any of the chat. Thank you guys. How dare you? Yeah, I know, right? How dare my internet go out? What a bunch of assholes my internet providers are. Not even the internet. It was not just the internet. It was the whole power. Like I was sitting here talking, and then everything goes dark. Like my monitor, because I have my laptop on, so the laptop stays on, of course, because it can just stay on. But the whole thing shut down. No, if I had to go take a deuce, I would have just said something. If I just had to go to the bathroom, I would have just been like, okay, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. Sorry. But the whole thing shut down. It fucking scared the shit out of me because it went like pitch dark in my room because the only light on right now is the screen. It's right in front of you. Like the reason why you can see me is because the outer layers of what I'm looking at right now is white. And now I'm going fucking whatever, dude. The stream is screwed. Puka didn't train today. Oblique injury. I think he's gonna play. If I'm being honest with you. But it would be crazy if how everyone like spent all their fab for Puka and he just doesn't play. But that would be my luck because on one of my teams, every single player on my team is hurt. So many players on my team are hurt, and I need Puka. I'm praying to the football gods that Puka plays. I had my internet go down in the middle of a draft. I've had my internet drop during multiple best ball drafts. I got Herbo, AJ Brown, London, Henry, Jacobs, Ingram. That's a pretty solid team. I have Kelsey, but gotta start Goddard. No risks. Oh, dude, I would probably. Oh man, you don't know if Kelsey's gonna play or not. That's funny, Caitlin. Let me read about Kelsey real quick. I'm about to go dark mode. Kelsey. Fuck, my keyboard isn't working now. Nothing's working, bro. Kelsey, Travis. I want to read about his fucking brother. Oh, so I look up Travis Kelsey. All I'm getting is reports about how this guy is dating Taylor Swift. Who gives a shit? Travis Kelsey injury. Andy Reid gives an update on Travis Kelsey's knee. Here, wait. Fantasy Pros, Travis Kelsey. All right, we're back. I don't know what is happening to my internet right now. My internet is going crazy mode. I think because the power shut off, so my internet is also struggling. It is struggling right now. Travis Kelsey limited in practice on Thursday. Kelsey has been on the field in limited fashion for both of the practices. We haven't got much of an update on his recovery of his knee, so it's hard to say for sure if he'll be able to play. Yeah, just play Goddard. Just play Goddard. I think Kelsey's going to play. Just play Goddard. I guess that makes sense. You don't want to risk it. Barter said, stuck with Sky Moore. Swap Odell or ride with Sky. Oh, I would play Odell. Emery, Pittman, Algier, James, L-Stream. Fact, dude, the stream sucks. Pittman, Algier, James, Connor, Dotson, pick 2. Pittman, I'd go Pittman and James Conner. Personally, Pittman and James Conner. Did Waller practice? Aaron Waller, Fantasy Pros. Oh, man. No, it appears he's going to be good to go. He will play week 2. So, yeah, Darren Waller's good. D-Hop a good flex this week if he plays, yeah. Eagles defense, yeah, they should be good tonight. Addison or Flowers? Flowers. James Conner, Sutton, or Zay Jones? Conner. Should I trade AJ Dillon and Josh Kelly for Ramondre? 100%. He's a league winner for sure. Yo, what's up, Nick? Need one. Pickens, London, or Dobbs? I would go Pickens. I got Herbo, AJ Brown, London, Henry, Jacobs, Ingram, rate 1 to 10. That's like a solid 9 right there. Actually, no, it's more of like an 8 because London scares the fuck out of me. Zay Jones or Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson. Are you not high on Addison, even though Slay is going to be on Jefferson the whole game? I'm not in on Addison because look, you can play Addison if you want. Let me keep it 100 with you. Kirk Cousins sucks on primetime. He sucks, and he just does. He's not good on primetime. He chokes. Could Addison play decent? Yeah, he definitely could. But I don't trust him as much as I would in a normal game. Do I risk with Pat Fryermuth? Oh, play Fat Fryermuth is what I just said. Yeah, play Pat Fryermuth. Madison or Addison? Madison. B-Rob or Algier? I would go with B-Rob. And then Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, or Addison? I would go with Mike Williams. Brees or Javonte? Brees. Swift or B. Robinson? B. Robinson. B. Robinson or Connor? Connor. Early season Kirk Cousins. B-Rob or Algier? I'd go B-Rob and then Mike Williams. Big Dog is live. We back. We back. We back and better than ever. The Hess Trucks here. You know what I'm talking about. Anyone else used to jam out to the Hess Truck song? You playing any Judy this weekend? If Judy plays, I guess, but I'm not going to be very high on it. I mean, that Denver offense didn't look great. I mean, I don't know about anyone else watching the game. Like, that Denver offense didn't look special, in my opinion. They just looked okay. So, yeah. All right, I just got to make sure I don't have any Eagles in any of my lineups or something I'm missing. Ugh, fuck. I don't know why I yawn. I hate yawning. Oh, man. Madison or Pittman? Pittman. You playing any Judy? I'm okay on Judy. Cooks, Bourne, or Nuka? Cooks doesn't seem like he's going to play, so I would go Puka if he plays. Addison or Colton Sutton? Addison. Brian Robinson, Pat, Rashard with 2 A's, Pierce, and Javonte. I'd go Pierce and Rashad. Addison or Jamal Williams is my flex. I'd go Jamal Williams. Swift, Gus Edwards, P. Ryan, Nico Collins, pick 2. I would go Nico Collins and Swift out of those guys. Robert Woods a good pickup. He's okay. He's okay. Mike Will, DJ Moore, Flowers, Mike Will. Should I trade Montgomery after this week? No. Actually, yeah, I probably would. Shaheed, Addison, Shaheed, or Sutton, Addison. How do we feel about DK this week, Nick? I feel like I'd play DK Metcalf. I'm pretty fine with him this week. Appreciate it. No problem. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Mike Will, DJ Moore, Flowers, pick 2. My bad. DJ Moore, Mike Will. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks. I'm going to put in one DFS lineup for tonight. Let's go. I'm going to go Jordan Addison, captain for funsies. Just making this on the fly. All the other Goddard, and then fuck, I messed this one up. Let me just reserve this. I'll build it on my computer while I'm talking to you guys. It's a lot easier to do it, so I'm not staring down looking like I'm doing something weird. Collins or Addison? Addison. Spock helped me out. Wanted your thoughts. I traded Mike Williams and Madison for Hurts. I think that's fine, yeah. I don't know how it works, to be honest with you, Tyron. I have no idea how that works. Good night, Antony. Antony. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Thank you very much for coming out. I'll see you. Have a good night, man. Yeah, that trade's fine, but I have no idea how it works either, if I'm being honest with you. That is one thing that I've never figured out. I'm the commissioner in my leagues, and you don't have to wait for the trade to go through. It just automatically gets pushed through. Wait, did I not reserve that lineup that I thought I reserved? Damn, I don't think I'm going to be able to play a DFS lineup tonight. tough scene. Oh, all these contests are full. That's why. It is what it is. Time for the game tonight. Yes, sir. Give a prediction for how many points AJ is getting tonight. He's getting 17. Drop Jordan Love on the bench to add Addison. Yes. Thanks for all the advice. No problem. Addison, Nico, or Zay Flowers. Addison. Daryl Patterson's going to play? I think so. B-Rob or Swift? B-Rob, 10 or 12 team league. Alrighty. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, let us know. PPR, 2 flex, Dotson, Moore, Puka, Zay Jones, and Shaheed. Javonte and Shaheed. Dotson, Moore, and Zay Jones. Addison should not be on the waiver wire 100%. You said it correctly. Okay. All right. I'm good. Starting Hurts, Madison, JJ, and Hawk. Would I get shit ton of points? I think you should. No. Palencia. Sorry, again, I'm so bad with names. Like, someone called me like an idiot for not saying Gannon's name correctly a while ago. DK over Addison, right? Yeah, correct. Yeah. One more, brother. Tyler Lockett or Rashad Bateman. I know Lockett is solid, but he's against Detroit's defense. Thoughts? Look, I actually am still a believer that Rashad Bateman isn't completely washed, but I think you're thinking too much about this. You're thinking too hard about the defensive matchup. I know the defense looked good against the Chiefs, but that's also because Tony was dropping passes. Sky Moore didn't look great. Like, Lockett is on a whole nother level. Now, I know the Seahawks offense was limp dick against the Rams. I know. I was watching the game. But I would go with Tyler Lockett personally over Rashad Bateman. I think we're galaxy braining ourselves out of a I just locked my phone for a minute on accident because I typed the password in wrong a bunch of times. But yeah, Tyler Lockett for sure. Over Bateman. Don't overthink things with Tyler Lockett. So Lockett for sure over Bateman. Yeah, DK over Addison. Good luck with it. Are the Cardinals good defense to pick up since they're facing the Giants? No. Who's ready for Thursday Night Football? Me. I think Puka is injured. Is this new news? No, I think it came out like 20 minutes ago. Madison or Dylan Madison? Puka didn't practice today, yeah. All right. I think I'm going to place a bet on Vikings money line on DraftKings because they let you do the thing where if the Vikings get up by 7 points at any point, your bet wins. Nico or Judy? I would go Judy over Nico. Swift announced as the starter. Alrighty. No problem. No. Shout out to everyone in this chat. I really appreciate you guys. If D-Hop doesn't play, who should I flex? James Conner, Khalil Herbert, Bigsby, or look at the waivers? I would play James Conner for sure. Oh, I don't know if it's going to let me bet because I'm on this stream and it's like changes your IP, right? I think we are going to do... The Vikings are plus 195. One bonus available. Up 7 early win. All right, so I'm bet $25 on them. I don't think they're actually going to win, but I get paid $73 if they get up by 7 points at any point. Puka or Zay? Zay. How close is Swift versus B-Rob? Not really close at all for me. I'm very much higher on B-Rob. Great stream as always, my man. Good luck. Good luck to you as well. But doctors are saying it looks like a high ankle sprain because of how he fell. Gotcha. Madison or Dylan? Madison. Someone dropped Najee in my league. Should I drop him? Yeah, drop B-Rob and pick him up. For the end of the stream, I think we're going to do something a little fun here since we don't normally do anything at the end of the stream and we just get straight into the game. So we are going to do a week number 2 draft real quick. just so I could show you guys this, because I always want to do this and do like an exclusive stream of it, but I feel like no one would watch. So I think we're just going to do one draft on here while I talk to you guys right before the game starts. Someone dropped, should I give Rachaad White one more week of work and trade him piece? Yeah, I would give him one more week of work. Okay, so we're going to do 1 week 2 draft on Underdog. If you guys want to sign up on Underdog, they are a sponsor of my channel. If you want to get in on here, all you have to do is put in, click on the link in the video description. As long as Underdog is legal in your states, if you can deposit $100. They give you an additional 100, 50, additional 50, 25, additional 25 with promo code Notorious. And I got to throw this on the screen because it has, obviously, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So we're just doing a draft here. It's $5 to enter. I think it's $15K to first for week 1. But I'm going to continue to answer your guys' questions as well. Puka injury. I'm a little bit worried about Puka, to be honest with you. Nick got engaged. Make sure you guys hit that like. Yeah, that's facts. Trade away Judy and Zay Jones for Garrett Wilson. No. Drop Cooks for Shaheed. I would not. I have an empty bench spot after this trade. Who should I snag? I would grab Jacoby Myers. Khalil Herbert, Jerry Jeudy, Breece Hall, Michael Thomas, start 2. Breece Hall and Michael Thomas. Zay Jones or Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy. Is it too early to give up on Jaylen Warren? Yes. Madison or Dylan? Madison. Nick, you call that number. I will. Didn't mean to call you Nicky. Don't know why the fuck my phone gives you a cutesy name. Well, no, it's fine. A lot of people called me Nicky as well. The game is on Amazon Prime, right, guys? Tonight. So I got to throw on the Amazon Prime on the TV. Will Najee Harris bounce back? I think so. I mean, week 1, that team was just fucking terrible. Like atrocious in week 1. So we're up on the clock here. This is just for the Sunday main slate of games. We're going to go with Diggs and hope to get him and Josh Allen on the same team up against the Raiders. Yeah, it's on Amazon. Thank you. Should I start the Eagles D? Yes. Najee's metrics have sucked for most of his career. I agree. But his metrics were good in week 1, even though he barely got the ball. And maybe things will be different in week number 2, right? I'm not ready to quit on Najee if you drafted him, because you're literally not going to get anything for him. If you try to get rid of him right now, he has 0 worth. So I know the game is starting, but people are going to obviously dip out, but we're going to finish this draft here, and then we're going to get out of here. Called the gambling hotline and got hung up on because I bet the guy who answered the question on the call couldn't fix me. Swift over Dylan in the flex? Yeah. No, I'd play Dylan because I don't think Aaron Jones is going to play. Thoughts on Washington defense? I think they'll be fine. It's game time. Good luck to everyone. Yes, sure. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that like button. But yeah, if you actually have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I know Freddie was fucking around here, but it's very serious. All right, once we finish this draft, we are going to get out of here, though. Let's hope the Vikings can score and get up 7 so I can win my bet. That would be sweet. That would be sweet. So Josh Allen didn't come off the board, so we're going to get Josh Allen as well as Stephon Diggs, and then we're going to build a team. Sell me again on your Patreon. The reason why you want to buy it is because every single question you ask in the DMs on Patreon is guaranteed to get an answer, and because I post my rankings on there. Again, you don't have to buy it. I try to answer as many questions as possible on here. I try to help everyone out. That is the selling point there. Alrighty. Hold up. We might have just lucked into like an extremely good draft here. We can get Adams on the run back with, oh, this is beautiful. Who's the off-brand Bruce Buffer now? I have no idea. I'm not watching the game yet. I'm going to put it on in a minute. Josh Kelly or Dylan? If Eckler doesn't play, Kelly. If not, go Dylan. And question for the future. For the future, I guess I'd rather have Kelly. Can I play you in Madden if I join? I don't play Madden. If I buy Madden, yeah, you can play me in Madden if you buy it. But I have, it's Michael Buffer announcing, but I have like not the demo. There's like, I have a Game Pass, so I played like my free 10 hours through already. Pickens or Sutton? I would go Pickens. Do you have an Xbox, Steven? I have the Xbox Series S. I think we can play as long as you have like the PS5. And I will eventually buy it and we can play. Alrighty. Once we finish this draft, we are going to skedaddle. Yeah, the new Madden is cross-platform. Okay, that's good. Good to hear. I'm having trouble with DJ Moore and Nico Collins. DJ just sitting as a free agent. Oh, yeah, 100% pick up DJ Moore. 100%. Skeet. Everyone's dipping out the stream, but it's okay. We're going to finish this draft because I want to see the team that we get here. Let's see here. Tight ends, Kittle's best available. I think we're just going to go receiver. We're going to go T. Higgins. And then we need a running back and a tight end. Should I trade away Sutton? He's my flex at the moment. Yeah, I would trade him away, but I don't know who you could get for him. Eagles already getting stuff. Good to hear. What do you think about Jalen Hurts matchup tonight? I think he's going to have a good game. Did you watch the Strickland fight, Nick? Yes, and I bet on Sean Strickland money line. I cashed my bet. Very exciting. Let's go Montgomery. Good luck to all. I'm off to watch the game. See you, Spock. Yeah, I was really excited to see Strickland win. Would you drop Deontay Johnson and pick up Zay Jones to replace him? I'm not dropping Deontay Johnson because when he comes back, he has a lot of value. So I wouldn't be able to cut him, personally. That fight should have been called in round 1. I thought it was going to be called in round 1. Puka, Bourne, Judy, or Flowers for the flex? Flowers. Cleveland, a good defense to stream this week. They're okay. They're okay. Alrighty. Let's get our tight end, then we're going to get out of here. I'll have to watch the game later, boys. See you guys. I'm going to pick my defense or my tight end here, and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to go with Higbee against the 49ers. Thank you guys all so much for watching today's stream. Again, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Love you guys all so much. Promo code Notorious on Underdog. Helps me out a ton. Helps you out. Deposit 100, get an additional 150, additional 50, 25, additional 25. Love you guys. Have a great one. See you guys soon. Hawkinson eats tonight. I hope so. Love you guys. Football time. Have a great one. See you guys tomorrow. See you guys live Sunday morning. Shit, I got to burp. See you guys. Bye-bye.